But a podcast is distributed on an RSS feed. So you're going to ask yourself, okay, what is an RSS feed? Never heard that term before. And that's okay, because it really doesn't matter. But it stands for really, really simple syndication. That is what it stands for. And what an RSS feed really is, I'm going to put an overlay of this on here right now. It's right here. This is what it is. It is a long chain of code. That's it. What is your podcast? This is your podcast. It is a long chain of code. Is what your listeners subscribe to. So when they subscribe to you, when you go through your podcast uploader and type in your description, upload your audio, it gets distributed to this code line. And that code gets distributed to all the distribution platforms, such as your individual website, iTunes, Google, Stitcher Podcast, which is my personal favorite for all my Android users out there. Spotify, in the past few years, has exploded with podcasts. But there's also 20 plus others internationally that you can distribute your podcast to for free. There's a big one in Germany. There's a big one in Mexico. There's a big one, I think, in France. Now, do you need to put them out there? No, you don't have to. But why wouldn't you? It's free, and you don't know who is listening. And you also distribute your podcast to social media accounts in clip form. TikTok is exploding. At the end of this series, we have a whole thing on distribution strategies, which we'll get into in depth. And also, other RSS feeds is another place to distribute your audio. Because apparently I am one of the first people to think that you can distribute one piece of audio to multiple RSS feeds. And it's actually a good idea. And with APS, we're going to make sure you can do that from one account, all in one place. And that's huge. Christian, anything to add?
Yeah. Tell them what RSS feed stands for.
Really simple syndication. Yeah, that's it.
And the title itself is simple.
Yeah, it's simple. Yeah. It's the most basic form of technology. Like really, like a YouTube channel. It's not technically an RSS feed, but it's similar. So the difference with RSS is that it's mainly for blogs and audio. So originally an RSS feed was mainly just like, your standard blog. You would put a post out and it just goes into the feed and it continues on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. That's what a podcast, except it adds audio. Right? It took 2D from a blog and made it 3D with audio. Now, if you take a YouTube channel, same principle, but it's 4D with video. And you upload it differently. But I bet the code on the back end of YouTube probably looks similar to an RSS feed. I just don't know that for a fact. But yeah, it's very important to distribute it to all different platforms. That's a benefit.